Last time on Dice Funk.
Can it be like my teeth actively grow bigger? So like my teeth grow every time I rage and then I look like a cool like wildcat?
It tears off half of his head.
Is there anything cool inside?
Black fire.
Just fire, that's it.
Which pours out, yeah.
Yeah, she can catch him and I'll give her a scarf to wrap around his face. Bam.
Ed will also pull out a business card, tuck it in Algernon's shirt pocket as he gets ready to drag his dad along.
That was like the thing about him. You could almost think of him as a god of neutrality because his only law, his only teachings were, if you need to do something to survive, do it. And if you don't need to, don't.
Okay.
Go find the churches of the Yetzer Hara. That's what Graves died for, because he thinks that's how you'll take down Solomon.
What do you know about this art gallery party?
The military guy died, and his daughter's turning his old house into a museum or something.
I want to follow him as a sneak rat.
We're all playing musical chairs, and soon the music's gonna stop.
You work with us for the side of less bad, more good.
It's like a big shoebox size, but it's metal and locked.
I love justice. I eat it for breakfast.
I too love justice. In fact, there's something I want you to have. She unlocks the door that Frank is inside.
Invisible.
And pulls out a gun.
Cash rules everything around me. Cash rules everything around me. Green, get the money. Dollar bill, yo.
I grew up on the crime side, the New York Times side. Staying alive was no job, had second hand. Moms bounced on old men. So then we moved to Shaolin Land. A young youth, you're rocking the go-to. No goose, only way I begin to G-York was drug loot. And let's start it like this, son. Rolling with this one and that one.
All right, let's podcast about our good magic OCs who are gonna save the world and not die horribly for no reason. That's how I like to do my show.
Sure, Jan.
All right, so where we last left this adventure, Reese Hickenbottom had infiltrated a fancy party at a newly opened art gallery and gone after Blood Maul the Invincible, a demon who is here to find the secret of the Valentine Devil. Meanwhile, Ed, Lenora, and Frank, who is invisible, are in a room with Mary Heller, the daughter of the late General Heller, and she has just opened a box with a magic gun inside and said ominously, "I think my father would want you to have this." Does anybody want to do anything before I have Mary act?
Frank is very much on the defensive, ready to deflect bullets should they require deflecting. If someone is about to get shot, Frank is sort of just invisibly in the corner, like, right, let's get ready. Maybe get my counterspell card ready if needed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're doing the slow draw at high noon with your holster.
Exactly. I'm just getting prepared for whatever might happen here.
Y'all know that scene in SpongeBob where Miss Puff is like sweating and says, "Oh, Neptune." That's what Lenora's doing.
Oh, this is a good time to mention that Lenora, your Equinox has worn off. You cannot do that infinitely.
Yeah, what happens? Do I die?
You're dead on the spot. Roll a new character.
No.
It's like, okay, roll death saving throw. You've already failed 2 of them, so good luck.
Here's your new character, Lenora, who is basically the same.
No, your claws and teeth go back inside your body a bit. You get a little less soft and luxurious. You know,
yeah.
Lenora.
Okay, but I'm not like super exhausted or anything, am I?
Yeah, you have the disadvantage on everything until you rest, just like before.
Okay, gotta take a nap.
It's like, here's a new character, Lenora. She has advantage on everything until she takes knocks, and then she has disadvantage on everything.
Inverse.
Lenora is an idiot. Anyway. Why does he keep doing this?
Ed/Martish will kind of look at the gun, point to it, and ask Mary Heller, may I?
Mary says, "Of course." And she kind of flips it in her hand so that the handle is in your direction. You see the gun is not only magic, but of incredibly fine make. I have specifically in mind the Desert Eagle,
pistol in real life, which is famous for the size of the cartridges it uses. I don't know if cartridges is the right word. I don't want to say like slugs or bullets. People get very particular about those things, but
The projectiles.
yeah, the projectiles. Thank you. That is the right term for not getting yelled at.
Let me Google this fancy gun.
Does anyone have an ability to, like, check this gun that you're not just gonna touch it and get, like, cursed on contact or something?
Ed/Martis won't care about that. They will accept the gun.
He's taking a big dick lesson from Lenora.
You're welcome.
and just take the gun, hold it in a way, finger off the trigger. Remember, kids, good trigger discipline is step 1, it's safety. Step 2 is don't shoot your friends in the arms. That's another important step there.
Hey,
I said don't shoot them in the arms.
I feel very attacked.
So, do you have anything in particular you want to illustrate about the gun, Ed/Skitch? Because she's giving it to you.
The main question I had in my mind, you might be able to help me with this, is I assume that the gun itself is not just in its standard issue metallic finish. There might be some other aspect about its finish. I'm not sure whether it would be necessarily a sort of finish to make it more camouflaged or to make it flashier. I wasn't sure which direction to go with. What were your thoughts on that front?
Well, she says, as she hands it over, she says, "My father was a sensitive man. When he inherited the company from his father, he received that pistol as a gift. He never once took it into battle. Too soft-hearted, too kind for that kind of combat. He went into demolitions. Something you can do from afar. You don't have to look them in the eye."
Oh, that's sad.
I'm wondering if the manufacturer of the gun is glitter gold or not.
I wrote down in my notes, Desert Eagle equals Desert Duckbat +2.
Desert Duckbat squared?
No, +2 is the stats of the gun.
Oh, I was like that. The name was like some like number bullshit.
Yeah, it's a +2 magic weapon.
It's just I don't think we have eagles in this desert, so that doesn't make any sense within the world.
Right.
True.
Desert Griffin, would be the closer analog I'd go for, but Desert Duckbat is fine.
It's your gun. You can tell me what you want it to be.
I like to think that the gun then, in that case, has a very dark gray finish on it at best. If it might be closer to black, but it is a weapon that you would see in the hands of probably some sort of professional assassin, or otherwise a weapon that is not meant to be noticed until its wielder wants it to be known. And incidentally, it is not meant to be, a subtle weapon, especially when it comes to when the trigger is pulled, since, well, it does a lot of hurt, to say the least. So it kind of plays well into the Heller family's sort of. There's a sinister edge to pretty much the entire Heller family, especially with how Mary's kind of leaning this up. So I assume that the weapon has a somewhat sinister look to it from the standpoint of it being designed as a weapon meant to execute more than anything else.
Does the gun have angry eyebrows?
No.
I do like that. That's my headcanon, but it's Skitch's gun, so he gets to say no. He gets to veto that.
No, I know. It's just jokes.
I mean, we're looking down like the aiming sights on the top. They look like angry eyebrows, kind of,
Yes.
But yeah, you get the sense that like the Heller patriarch before General Heller was more of a
hard ass.
Yeah, more of a sinister fellow who perhaps enjoyed military life more than his son or his granddaughter, who both seem less cut out for that kind of life. Remember, something about General Heller was he kept having to psych himself up into mean drill sergeant mode, and Mary Heller is a art curator. So they seem less interested in killing people outright, although Heller did do it because it was his role as the male heir in this family. So, patriarchy hurts everyone. Anyway.
Whoa. Hot takes.
Whoa. Hey, this is too early. We're only like 10 minutes into the recording here, man.
Okay. So Mary gives you the gun, and she says, I haven't seen Quick Draw at the party. I wanted to thank him personally. He pulled the trigger on my father's killer. Yes?
Frank is Frank's just gonna very casually materialize, just like big dick it.
Oh, jeez.
Like, yeah.
Okay. Well.
Surprise! 'Tis I. Quick draw.
All right, so role play that because you shock her because you just appear in this room that she thought was locked. I think she's actually gonna drop her like champagne flute.
Can I roll to catch it?
Either that or Mage Hand to catch it. Yeah, either way.
To be fair, she has no proof that I didn't just come in invisibly with the other two, so she doesn't know I came into a locked room.
You just came out of nowhere. Also, wouldn't she be able to smell that you were there? Just...
Are snakes known for their sense of smell?
Oh, I mean, she wasn't tonguing in the air like snakes do.
Yeah. Okay, Frank is gonna materialize and just go, "You called?"
So sleight of hand rolls for anybody who wants to catch the champagne flute.
I have disadvantage.
23.
Oh, damn. Are you gonna try to beat that, Lenore, or are you gonna give... Nope.
4.
No.
I just fall under the bed.
In this case here, it's the Mage Hand that's catching it. So
Yeah. So Martis catches it effortlessly with one finger in the air.
And daintily presents it back to Mary.
And Lenora just goes flying across the room for no reason.
I want to lay down in the bed and take a nap. No, I'm kidding.
Frank, how do you roleplay this? You say you're just pretending like you just walked to the room and uncloaked for the coolness factor?
Yeah, I'm pretending that I walked in with them as their invisible just in case bodyguard.
Why don't you make a performance roll to sell that?
Okay, performance.
You actually have that proficiency in that too, I think, because you're.
Yeah. I've got a +6 in that. Nice.
All week, I was wondering if you guys were going to blow it before she turned over the gun and started shoot off.
Okay, I got 22 to sell that.
Yeah, you crush it. All right, she buys it totally with the 22. Damn it, I was so hoping someone would get shot in this room. But yeah, she's like, oh, wow, and then does like a polite little clap.
Mm-hmm. The Mage Hands also do a polite clap, after returning the champagne to Mary.
So Mary, who I haven't said again this episode, so I'll say it again, is a Yuan T Sneeple who is snake from the waist down. There's a bunch of different kinds of these creatures in D&D lore. She's not like her father who had legs, because that's how Sneeple DNA do. So she kind of like has this rattlesnake tail, and it's rattled a couple times ominously, but now you see it's just kind of like a nervous tick that she has, and not that she's going to fuck all of you up.
I love her.
But she extends a hand to shake Frank and says, "I've been so eager to meet you."
It's been a wild time of it recently. Nice to meet you too.
Wild doesn't begin to describe it. Oh, would you care to give a speech or a toast of some kind?
Not the big speechy kind. What are you hoping for me to say?
It's just a tradition at a gallery opening to say something, and given the political climate in Valentine, maybe it would be helpful with Memphis in attendance.
Can I talk to my colleagues for just like one moment?
Of course.
So Frank's gonna like get the other two over to the side and just whisper, "Okay, what on earth am I meant to be talking about?"
At the very least, I would say some sort of statement to the memory of her father would be appropriate. An assurance of the doing what is best for the city might be a nice touch in there. Maybe if you feel like we can use this as some sort of leverage to persuade her into having us secure control of the military branch, and then by proxy the hospitality branch. But I'll trust your judgment on the matter, Frank.
Right, I will. Trusting me is always an interesting gamble. I'll give it a go. So Frank's gonna go back over and go, yeah, sure. I can probably give a toast.
Meanwhile, Reese.
What that rat do?
I don't know. What do I do? I'm following Blood Maw.
I know, I'm trying to hype you up first, try to get the energy flowing. All
Oh,
right.
that's not happening.
Reese, you follow Blood Maw the Invincible deeper into this building, General Heller's old house on top of this plateau, and you turn a corner and you see he is conversating with two Archon soldiers in front of a locked door. These Archon soldiers are in their full kind of cyberpunk armor. They have the sonic batons. Blood Maw is bigger than both of them combined. He's just an absolutely thick boy. And you can see his fists kind of curling up in anger as they are like, "Sir, you're not allowed to pass this point. This is unauthorized. You're not allowed."
Sir, can I see your ID? Sir, I need to ask you to leave, sir. Can you please go back to the party, sir? You know, sir?
Exactly. Canned dialogue for guards in a stealth game when you go into the area you're not supposed to be in, but before it goes into full alert.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
Exactly.
What was that noise? Sorry.
And you can see he's getting mad. And you've known Blood Maw for a while, and he has like this he has always like this simmering anger that he tries to keep under lock and key because of what's expected of him on this plane. But you know he could pick both of these dudes up and slam them together, and then they would be basically one being. So that's what you see.
Okay. What's their reason specifically for saying he can't be here?
He wants to go through this door, and they're saying that's not part of the party. That this is the basement for the house. Everything else is art gallery, but this is an old basement for when it was a home. You're not allowed in here.
All right. Well, fuck it. I'm gonna go back around the corner, turn back into my non-elf form, and I'm gonna cast Disguise Self to appear as Mary Heller.
Oh, snip snap!
And I'm going to turn the corner and just say, "Blood Maw, are they holding you up here right now? I need a word with S."
Yeah. All right. Deception.
Sure. That should go. That should go well. That's not a high number. Let's see what that happens when I roll with it though.
Oh, geez.
16.
All right, so that's good. That'll get you to the next part of this conversation without getting found out. One of the Archon soldiers says, "Oh, sorry, Miss Heller, we didn't know you were coming down here. Is everything okay? We're guarding the door, just like you said."
Oh yes, everything's fine. I just want to get my good friend Blood Maw in and show him some things around here. You know what my favorite part about not having feet is? You don't have to worry about socks.
You want to wear one big long tube sock?
Only on seasonal occasions.
When it gets too cold for a tail. That's very cute. Oh damn, that's just a really good idea, Chris/Reese. I'm trying to think of anything they could reasonably do to stop the owner of this house from going into her own basement, and I can't. So they say like, "Oh, no problem, ma'am. Just give me 1 second here." Unlocks the door, and they open the door and stand aside for Mary Heller and her guest.
Okay.
Got him.
We're going inside.
Got him.
All right, well, there goes the art gallery heist, I guess. All right, we'll get back there in a second.
Austin has like 7 pages of notes. He just hurls out a window.
I mean, you're not far off. All right, so Frank, do you want to give a speech to this party? People are gathering around the pool. Memphis is there with his nachos. Mary kind of introduces you, just says, "These are some very special people who helped find justice for my father and who are watching over Valentine in my absence."
Yeah. Okay, right. So I sort of hit the glass. I don't know if that picked up on mic, but
It did.
I made some notes to make sure I hit the points I need to hit, so I'm going to try and get through this okay. Times in Valentine have been, I think it's fair to say, turbulent, to say the least, recently. I just want to take a moment to remember General Heller. Today we are here to see what the future holds. I think that today is not the time to wallow in sadness, but is a time to celebrate what we do still have here. Me and my group of people have been doing our best to get this city under control. We have had good, powerful people dying left, right, and centre, and all we can do right now is stand together and try and do what we can to keep things stable and moving. That's what we're trying to do, and we hope that this continues. To all of you who are here today, try not to be sad for what has been lost. Try and look forward to a future where things will be better and more stable. And I hope that we can find some kind of unity that will bring some of these discordant, turbulent times to an end. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the party. To General Heller.
To General Heller. Clap, 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 clap.
Go quick draw.
In the background, where's Rat Girl?
Any teenage boy should be proud to be your son.
Nice. So Frank,
Yeah.
Frank, as you get down from like the, there's not really a podium. You were just kind of standing in front of the.
I like to think like Frank like stood up on a chair or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it did not fall off of it. Okay, we're just
As you guys are kind of clearing out and there's clapping and stuff, Mary kind of just like lightly grabs your arm, Lenora.
Sup?
And says, "So I hear you're a DJ.
Hell yeah.
How about you get this party rocking?
Alright, do I have George?
If you want."
He's in my backpack. I wake him up. Wake up, George.
Beep boop, or are you gonna fucking thrash?
Let's fucking get toasted.
Well, you have disadvantage on all your rolls.
Oh, what do I roll to be a DJ?
Performance.
Oh, jeez.
Beep boop, don't embarrass yourself.
I wonder if Lenora asks Ed to help. If not, I can't.
Can you help?
Ed certainly can help. Yes.
Help. Well, I mean, I rolled a 26 and a 27, so...
Okay.
So I'm good.
I'll roll anyway. I'll just roll anyway just to see what happens here. Yeah, it's 17. Yeah, so for the people who are listening, Lenora has disadvantage. On her last roll, she rolled a 2 and a 4. This time she rolled a natural 18 and 19. So with disadvantage, she still rolls a 26 performance.
We got some hot dice in the session. I suggest everyone roll as often as possible to try to maximize the karma, because that's how math works. Lenora, describe to me your DG show at this fancy art gallery party.
DG.
Did I say DG?
You did. It was good.
I'm sorry, my mouth.
Well, these are like snobby art people, right?
Yeah, this is the upper crust.
So I probably shouldn't throw blunts in the air. Like confetti.
Whoa. But if they're done tastefully or not tastefully, you could argue that it's art.
This is a Coke crowd.
Oh.
You could spot a Coke crowd from a mile away, Lenora. Come on.
That is true. Rich people love their cocaine. Hot takes. Okay. I like to think, well, they were already playing like cool classical remixes before, right?
we went in a whole spiral. They were playing, I put in some classical violin music, but it was a little bit more modern. I didn't go full Baroque remix, but
I put on a powdered wig.
Mm-hmm.
That I find, I guess, I take it off someone's head.
Mm-hmm.
George gets a powdered wig too.
Okay.
And I don't know, we play some fucking classical Baroque remix shit.
All right, Lenora, you get it with a 26. You absolutely tear the roof off this party. Everyone effing loves it. Meanwhile, you guys see that Mary and Memphis are talking, and everyone's invited to that conversation if you want.
Frank is definitely going to head over to that conversation.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to try his best. He's going to try and capitalize on his speech as best he can.
So Memphis and Mary are talking about acquisitions. We don't have to do it all in character, especially because I don't want to talk to myself. But basically what they're saying is Memphis
doesn't want all the responsibility and danger of being in the game, so he wants to sell to Mary. But Mary is not cut out for this life. She's an art curator, and so she wants to sell to Richard Sharpe at Financial.
Oh, nice.
If you'll remember, General Heller came out of Sharpe's elevator. They're close. So this is kind of three-way thing where everyone's trying to get rid of their company.
Yeah. So Frank's gonna come over and he's just gonna very confidently walk into this and go, if you're both looking to get rid of your companies, I can probably help you.
I don't think you can afford both of our companies. That's 20% of this entire country.
Go have some conversations at first, but there is a power struggle happening in this country, and if there's one thing right now that's gonna, I think, decide who's gonna win this power struggle, I think it's gonna be who's got the people behind them. Because as much power as money has, eventually the people are gonna be the deciding factor as to whether that power stays where it does.
Lenora's gonna roll up and be like, see, look at how good at hospitality I am. Shouldn't we have the hospitality branch? Wow.
And then you go back to your turntable.
Yes.
Firstly, the people that we represent obviously are interested in doing some expansion as well, and obviously consolidation of power is only useful if it's being done in the right hands of people that you can trust, of people who have the best interests of everyone in mind as well. We have done plenty to try to do what we can to ensure what is best for the stability of the company and for the protection of the people of the city.
You guys have changed so much since Katerina left. I've never thought I'd be hobnobbing with you all at a fancy party as we negotiate the future of the country. You seemed all more like shooty bang bang types.
We've certainly come a long way from a group of people who were trying to find some money because we couldn't get by day to day. I'll say that much.
Mary says, "You certainly sound like champions of the people."
I want that hospitality branch.
Yeah, so basically this is a negotiation. This is going to be very important for the end game of this entire campaign. But you don't have enough money right now to buy both outright. You can buy Memphis up, and Richard will buy military.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could buy Mary, and you guys get the military, which is a pretty big deal. And then maybe Richard buys hospitality? Yeah, there's a lot. He has, remember, hospitality is basically all the drugs and the service jobs in the city. So there's big pluses, big minuses, big decisions.
Yeah. So it's not like Lenora needs the drug excess right now because Lenora is drugs. So
No,
that is
but
yeah, it's one point that like it's not a thing we need to worry about being able to get you drugs.
Lauren's thinking is we own hospitality. We treat all the hospitality employees better than they were getting treated before, which is like a lot of people, I feel like, as somebody who has worked in the food industry and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like then we have the people on our side.
Yeah, it's basically a values question. Do you want the masses of the workers, or do you want the military?
I want the mass of the workers.
I think the workers is more in line with what we've been trying to do, the whole like win the people over.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a perfectly legitimate answer to this conversation question. We'll definitely, if that's where you guys want to leave it, I'll put a pin on that.
I think that's where I'm at right now, unless I think of anything else, but that's where I'm at.
All right. So meanwhile, Reese, you and Blood Maul go down into the basement. If you'll recall, this house is built on top of a plateau in the desert, but on the edge of the city. So you're actually kind of going down into the earth now, even though it's much above like ground level. And this entire basement is just as big as the house above because it's the entire inside of this plateau. And one thing you'll notice is that there is still art on the walls down here. The guard said, like, this isn't part of the art gallery, but there's art down here. That's interesting.
How nice is the art?
Why don't you roll investigation?
Is it like missing art that's been stolen?
Why don't Reese roll investigation?
26.
Holy shit, this hot dice day.
These dice are hot. Come get them. Reese, you start looking at the art, and with a 26, you notice that all of this is extremely good art. Like, the stuff upstairs was like, wow, this is a fancy party. The stuff downstairs is like, oh, did the Louvre move into this plateau? What the fuck? Everything in here, like every painting is worth millions of dollars. Gold. If this was a different campaign, if you guys were still criminals, if you guys were working for Nucky, if you guys were working for
Solomon,
this would be an art heist of a different color. Because yes, this stuff has been here the whole time. I will point out one thing with the 26. You see a painting that is called The Orphans of Semuanya, which is the name of the lizard folk god. And the painting, which is extremely terrifying, like an expressionist, like Edvard Munch style painting, showing the lizard god, the lizard folk gods dying, and all the people, like there's all these ghostly lizard folk around him, is extremely upsetting painting you see down here immediately. That's the first thing I'll say. With the 26, I'm just giving you all the plot relevant shit. There are very little lights in here. It's actually kind of hard to see. No one's supposed to be down here. But I assume you can pull out your cell phone and stuff. So it's not like a deal. I'm just pointing that out. But yeah, the basement is full of art. That's weird.
It's very weird. Especially some very good pieces about the dragon folk, or not dragon folk, lizard folk gods dying.
I'm not there, but I have a weird idea, maybe. Just to throw out into the universe. Do any of the paintings have the Valentine Devil in them?
You're kind of skipping ahead.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're checking the back of the box.
Yeah, so I was about to get there, but yeah. So, I mean, fuck it, the audio... Oh, I'm trying to think, because I don't want to edit out your very smart leap, but also I was going to have Bloodmaw say something before revealing that that's true.
Oh, I figured it out. Suck it, Bloodmaw.
Yeah, suck it, Bloodmaw. All right, so Bloodmaw starts to say to you, like, Reese, why is all this art down here? What's going on? Who do you think's behind all this? And you guys see, at the end of this basement, there is a portrait of the Valentine Devil. It's not a still life. It's very much an artistic expression of this character, but you understand where the image in the facial recognition stuff came from, why it was in the metadata of a computer on this network, because that was an insurance form for this painting.
What's the painting say it's of?
There are no plaques with artist or like artist names or art information because nobody's supposed to be down here.
Just take the painting off the wall. Just look at the other side, to see.
So question, I don't know if there's something akin to an art role, but is there something that Reese could recognize as somebody who, is an artist on the side as to like a time or particular kind of period or influence that it's, even if it's not specifically who did it, like what kind of time period does this feel like it's from? What kind of like influence is it?
Yeah, history, because that's a Googling, so it's kind of like your knowledge on the background of painting and stuff. So that's the closest for me.
Crit.
Well, eat my shorts, buddy.
Nice, nicely done. That gets a golf clap right there.
Art crit, and Reese jumps into the air, Super Mario style.
Yeah, my art history class finally paid off.
Yeah, with a crit, you look at this portrait of the Valentine Devil, and you say to yourself, I recognize the way this is done, and this is Austin has to bullshit some art stuff because he's a writer, and this is...
I mean, if you want me to bullshit some art stuff for you, I can.
Okay, you can fact check me live, but here's what I'll say. Yeah. You recognize somehow that this was done digitally. This is not an old painting, and in fact, it's different from every other painting in here. The other paintings are old classics, right? Like Renaissance, or the equivalent of Renaissance medieval stuff. Like that's why they're all worth millions of gold. This seems like it could have been done yesterday in a DeviantArt group you're part of. Not that it's bad. I'm not knocking DeviantArt. It's actually wonderful. It's actually incredibly very good, but it seems extremely recent.
I'm trying to think how I can...
In a suspicious way, like you got a crit. So I'm trying to give you everything. My thing is, I just don't know how Reese would know this in character. I'm saying you have the information now to solve this mystery. You just got to kind of put it together with something else.
The logic I'm thinking of is that this is Mary Heller's work,
I did want to interject. There actually is a digital tech for modern paintings. It's called, what is it? Sssocksss. It is basically digital art print made with specialized inkjet printers and stuff.
Yeah, and this is a world of magic, so there's actually like I could make any excuse and you'd have to accept it.
Sure.
I'm just trying to give to Reese the fact that it's very recent. Here's actually what Blood Maw says. He says like, "This is it. This solves the whole thing. I wish I wasn't a moron." He actually reaches up and like takes it off the wall and says like, "I guess I'll bring this back to Bo. I'm sure she'll put it all together."
Wait, what's the painting specifically doing here?
I don't know. Reese, I punch people for a living.
Yeah, but you just said that like you're like, oh, it all came together.
Yeah, this is the last piece. I turn this in. Smart people put it together. I get paid.
Well, my friends are smart people. Maybe they could put it together.
Yeah, which is why I have to get this away from your friends. Your friends would 100% put this together immediately.
Take a picture with your cell phone.
Or it's just gonna be like, is that, I mean, we're all trying to make sure that the Valentine Devil doesn't hurt anybody anymore, and presumably stick it to Solomon since he's trying to screw everything up.
Reese, we go back. I know you. I don't want to hurt you, but you know this is bigger, right? This power struggle. We're teetering on the edge of civil war.
I mean, aren't we only teetering on the edge of civil war because certain influences are pushing it to be a civil war? We could certainly solve it in a better way.
Yes, and if Bo controls everything, no one fights.
Let me put this as like, I guess maybe something I'll have to insight check him on. But Reese is going to say to Blood Maw, do you really believe that Bo is completely in the right mental space to be leading the entire country?
I don't know if you need to do insight because you guys have history. Like he was a wrestler. You know, you dated a wrestler. You guys have hung out before. Like you have like years of history. So you think he's on the up and up. He just isn't a particularly complex, like strategist. He's kind of one of those guys who's just like, just tell, you know, just give it to me straight. I don't want any spin. I don't want to think too hard about this. He's just a fucking Dan Reichert. That's the audience of one for that joke. He's just like, in the abyss, the strongest demon controlled the entire lair. That's how it works everywhere. You just pretend like it doesn't. Bo can kill with a word. Unless you can match that, she leads you.
Well, all of our friends have conduit powers too, and there's 3 of them to Bo's 1. Plus, the Sephiroth would have to be around here somewhere.
I don't know about all that.
Well, how about this? Is it power that you're more interested in, or security?
Good question.
Blood Maw, what are your hopes and dreams?
So here's where we get into the psychological consequences of a modern day demon, right? Because he is made of evil, physical, scientific evil, but he is not necessarily ethically or morally evil. And this gets into, if I may be my pretentious self, the kind of contrast with the Yetzer Hara, who are physically neutral. They believe only in neutrality, but you could argue that they are ethically evil because of, you know, only caring about themselves and so forth. And that's kind of like something that's been going on in the background of this whole season thematically, right? Your actions may be justified in one sense, like Katarina killing a bunch of extremely bad people. It seems like it does a moral good, but the actions are evil, right? So, like, this is like philosophy 101. I'm not breaking any new ground here, but the thing about Blood Maw is he genuinely really likes hurting people. That brings him joy. He likes fighting. He likes defeating people who are weaker, and that's who he is. But he's not vindictive about it. He doesn't like their suffering. He likes being powerful. So he is fine being like a 9-to-5 like working Joe stiff as long as he gets to punch people for a living. That's where he's at. So I mean, you can judge him how you want, but if he says like, if you all want to lead, be better than Bo.
So Reese is gonna say, so how much does Bo's job pay you?
That's a good question.
Because I'll triple that.
Holy shit. All right. We're getting right into it, huh?
Yes.
All right, let me think here. That's a really good argument.
Damn it, Reese, you're stealing my tactics.
Yeah, that's extremely good. He says, it's not just the money. Bo can kill with a word. I need defense against that.
Well, with your information as to what Bo's powers specifically are, we can come up with a defense to it. As I said, she's just one conduit power against the 3 that our team has.
Yes, you are an artist, a DJ, an arcade co-operator, and a card player. The last person who tried to take down Bo was a professional assassin. She melted his bones with her voice.
Yeah, but the card player is protection itself. And I imagine if once you get past that whole kill you with one word thing, that Blood Maw the Invincible would just tear Bo apart. I mean, that's what you were about. Remember your catchphrase I made for you? Come get these claws?
Also, I feel like if we publicly be like, oh, look at the newest employee of Team Loser, and made it like a big news thing, it'd be harder to kill him. Maybe?
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know, we did go up against someone who had victory itself, and they were not able to be victorious. We've beaten the odds before.
And he says, what about Memphis?
What about Memphis?
His assassins.
No, he's not a bad boy.
Which assassins were Memphis's?
The one Bo liquefied.
Well, they're going to be dealing with every one of the crown heads. Memphis will get his too. And to be quite frank, it sounds like he's always been kind of in the weakest position.
Very weak. Can't even control his own men.
Can't even control his own appetite for delicious nachos. Wait.
Big same.
Same. He says, good argument. Quadruple it.
So you mean quadruple how much you're being paid or quadruple the tripling? Because I don't know if I can go that high. But yeah, quadrupling sounds fine.
I don't know how to quadruple a triple, so assume not that one.
That's too much math.
Deal. And I'll go to shake hands.
He shakes your hand, and then he breaks the frame of the painting, rolls it up, and like sticks it down your trousers.
Thanks. You could have asked first, but whatever.
We're all in the locker room, Reese. Don't make it weird.
Don't make it weird.
And then I guess I'll cast Disguise Self on myself again to take on the Mary Heller appearance again. So when we leave, it's not that suspicious.
And so, yeah, he says, lead the way, Mary.
I will do so.
Yeah. All right. So now you guys tell me what you do. I'm hands off on this party now. It's pumping. Nobody's any the wiser. You guys got clean away with the evidence. The heads all love you. Like, you guys are in total control here.
I want to give Reese a heads up of the intention that the other 3 of us have to purchase hospitality.
Okay. The only thing that Reese will say back is that if our enemies are military, then we might be in for a bloody revolution.
As a group of like 4 people, we managed to deal with a military base before, so...
A military base that was secretly just protecting one building and not an actual military base, but yes.
And didn't everyone there except one dude die?
Well, we didn't die.
Frank's just pointing out that you guys have dealt with long odds before.
No, I mean, if our opponents, if what we're saying is like we'll get the people on our side for our revolution, and we're choosing to like at the cost of military going against us, then the chances of having like a bloodless revolution become a lot more difficult. I'm not saying one way or the other. I'm just throwing that point out there.
If we're trying to take control through having military, I would argue that is a path to a blood-filled revolution. Then a revolution that's like, right, we have an army now.
I should be clear, because I'm not sure if this was earlier. You guys like wiped out Fort Splendor, but it turned out that was not actually like a fully stocked military base. It was just protecting Project Eternity. The Valentine military has forces all over the world, and because Valentine is like roughly based on the United Arab Emirates, it has a standing military of, let me check Wikipedia, 100,000 people.
Well, what's the population of Valentine like?
37 people, if you count all the NPCs and us.
9 million.
If we can get the people on our side, that's a lot of people.
Some lame ass shit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you hear the people sing the songs of angry duckbats?
Yes.
So this arc was about hunting down the Valentine Devil on the surface, but underneath it was about setting up for whether or not we have a revolution or a civil war and what that looks like. So that's where we are now. That's where it's kind of decision points.
Yeah.
Not necessarily this moment. Maybe solve the Valentine Devil and then the final decisions, but, you know.
The logic I was working under was if we took military, we could then also choose to have military stand down in a combat, like in a conflict. So like having the control over the military gives us the option to also not use it. So that's the only argument that like pushes my mind in having military. But I'm gonna let you guys hash this one out.
Both are flawed, definitely.
Yeah, let me say, as the GM, it's an intentionally difficult choice, both of which will have consequences.
Yeah.
There's no right answer, you guys win. Both of them are going to be like, oh, and there's an arc where you have to deal with making that choice.
The only other thing I think I'll say, and I said this earlier, is that going after hospitality is more in line with what we've been doing with this whole idea of trying to get the people on our side. If we have hospitality, that's more likely to help get the people on side than, hey, we now own an army, support us? Because generally when people show off that they have an army as a way to try and get people to support them, it doesn't go terribly well.
My opinion has not changed.
Ed is leaning towards neither is the thing.
Okay, let's solve a mystery first, like the DuckTales. Woo.
Are you guys going to rewrite history again?
Whoa.
I mean, the other important thing is taking military is taking power away from Richard Sharpe, because we know who's going to get that. If we don't get military, then Richard Sharpe gets military.
If we don't take hospitality, Sharpe gets hospitality.
If I can offer something,
DuckTales.
let's solve the mystery first.
Yes, please.
Because with that information might also change the argument.
Who
here.
would like to take the lead solving the mystery? Who knows where to start?
I mean, I'll have Reese share everything that she learned from there, because as a player, I'm not smart enough to figure out mysteries.
I want to investigate that painting.
Bloodmaw just says like, all right, I work for you now. And he just grabs Reese and like Team Loser like pushes you into the kitchen. Without asking, just pulls the painting out of Reese's pants and says, it just like unrolls. It's like, does this mean anything to you?
Oh my god. With disadvantage, I still rolled an 18.
Frank, you have advantage.
21 was the other roll, so 23.
Frank, you get pushed into the kitchen and someone pushes you into a corner. You almost knock over some punch and a demon thrusts a painting in your face and you're like, oh, hey, I love her work. That's Eileen Gay, the artist for Holodeck.
Oh, dang.
So it's a giant holodeck card?
All the art on holodeck cards is made by world-class artists, and as part of compensation for working for holodeck, you're allowed to sell prints of your art.
Oh, this is awesome. I know we gotta solve a mystery, but when we're done, can I just like keep this for my home? Because I'm excited.
It's not as valuable as the other paintings here, but actually holodeck art does fetch a pretty good price. These artists make a living on it.
Oh no, I'm just interested in keeping it myself. I want a giant holodeck card on my wall.
I mean, it is holodeck card art. You recognize it instantly from the brushstrokes, or whatever. it's a very.
I'm assuming it's not of a card that I recognize.
You've never seen a card with the Valentine Devil on it, no.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just like fire off a message to Algernon.
Mm-hmm.
Be like, hey, Algernon, you're big into holodeck. Any chance, like, you had a card commissioned for you once. Any chance you know how to get in contact with the artist that does the holodeck art?
He replies, my room now. All caps.
Frank is ready to go see Algernon.
Wait. Okay, yeah, all right.
If there's nothing else we need to... Is there anything else we want to do at this party?
Eat some more nachos.
No.
I got a gun to inspect, polish, and load up to shoot people. Probably Algernon. No, just kidding. Maybe Algernon.
Gonna take some nachos to go.
Okay, Lenora runs out with the armful of nachos. You guys are going to drive over to Sharpe Investments.
But before we leave the party, Frank's just going to be like, we'll get back to you two about acquisitions. Hold off on us.
Do you do the call me fingers?
Yes.
Yeah, I do the give me a call. We'll hash this out.
Mary slips you her personal number, Lenora.
Oh. Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay.
I'm a wink at her.
Nice.
What?
All right, so you want to make a driving roll, Reese? You don't have to because you're not in any hurry, but if you want to for comedy.
Sure. 12.
Oh, that's perfectly safe and average.
She's hitting every stoplight. She's going to a very smooth stop when time comes around, taking turns nice and easy. I like to think Blood Maw's like anxiously on the side, like, drive faster! Hit curbs!
Yeah.
Disobey crosswalks!
Only the strong survive on the crosswalk.
He has his new gun out, like inspecting it, checking it, like popping the clip out, putting the clip back in.
Oh, it's your new baby.
Hit Marty and the gun. Babies. Do you guys want to have any conversations before you get there? Before this arc climaxes?
Is this whole thing just a custom creature that was commissioned by someone to summon in order to make attacks on the different branches of Crown, or what?
Look, I'll put it this way. I have spent more of my life than I'm willing to acknowledge Googling forums trying to find out, like, what cards never made it out into circulation, what's all, researching holodeck kind of obsessively is my thing. I have never heard anything about this, which my suspicion is that, this is not just a card that never came out or something. I think there's more to it than that, and I think if there's anyone that can help me solve this mystery, it's gonna be Algernon. My best friend, my bestie, Algernon. Yeah. As much as I hate to admit it, he's very good at holodeck. He's got connections to custom card production. He's gonna be the one that's gonna know what's going on.
He seems really excited.
Excited? I don't know. This is the first time he's ever demanded I come and visit.
Is Algernon a tsundere?
The fact that he's like, get over here, either means he's finally realised that I'm cool and a good friend and that he just really wants to hang out, or there's something big going on. I suspect it's the latter. I hope for the former.
All right, so you guys roll up to Sharpe Investments, exit the Losermobile. Do you guys want Blood Maw with you, or want him to watch the car?
I want to watch the car.
I want Blood Maw with us. I want him with us.
Yeah, no, bring him with us. He's a good boy.
So you guys enter Sharpe Investments. You guys see Wendy is at the help desk. She waves you over. She says, Mr. Sharps, the Sharps. So you guys can come and go as you please. You just have to leave your weapons here.
What weapons? I don't have no weapons. I never heard no weapons.
Ed will take the third gun he has, since the other two are in compartments. He'll take the other mundane pistol he has that has already been sort of, all of its bolts and stuff has been sort of removed, and just take it out, pop the clip out of it, make sure there's nothing kind of in the barrel, and then set the handgun down on the table.
Frank's just gonna go, I'm already sorted on that. I've just got my trading cards. I'm off to see Algernon. Gonna do some card games.
I'm gonna leave my electric baton, which I want to just say has been coated in glitter. By this time, I'm gonna say take very good care of this.
Reese is gonna say, "What do you want us to do with these guns?" And she's gonna point to Blood Maw's muscles.
Wendy, who will remind everyone is a Yeti, says, "You guys are famous. We know that Ed has 2 guns, and you use your cards to shoot magic, Frank. So I need 2 guns from Ed. I need the cards from Frank. I need the sword from Reese.
The reason for this meeting is about cards. I kind of need to take them down.
And I need the MP3 from Lenora.
I'll give her my sword.
Ed pulls out the other mundane gun. Does the sequence of getting the clip out, popping the extra ball out, sets it on the desk.
Mm-hmm.
As the third gun is in one of the leg compartments right now. So
Frank's going to use minor conjuration to conjure a second set of trading cards to leave here.
Hell yeah. Good thinking. All right, so Frank, you turn over fake cards. Ed, you turn over your 2 non-magic guns. Reese, you give up your sword. Lenora, are you giving up your tunes?
I don't wanna.
I was expecting you to give up the MP3 and keep the baton. You've done it in reverse order.
Can I keep the baton if I give up the MP3?
It's too late. You've already shown her the baton.
No! My glitter stick.
Can you just, like, sing the songs out loud rather than play them?
She needs her arcane focus to do warlock spells.
if they require a material component, not if they don't.
Correct.
So Toll the Dead and Frostbite are still good. Thunderclap is still good.
Okay, fine.
All right. You turn over. Wendy sees you're not happy, and she says, sorry. You're looking very nice today, though, Lenora.
Thank you.
What, did you do something different with your fur?
I have cool powers, and yeah, so now I'm really shiny.
Can I feel?
Yeah.
Does Lenora like having her ear scratched?
Yeah.
I found your weakness.
You forgot to tell her that the secret was mane and tail.
Yeah.
Oh, it's mane and tail.
They gotta start paying if they want all these mentions.
Like Lenora looks at the camera and winks, and then like there's a freeze frame, and mane and tail text shows up, and then it cuts back to the action. Just like,
all right, you get some ear scratches, and you guys are allowed to the executive elevator. Algernon said to go to his room, so I assume you take the elevator down.
Yeah.
Actually, so Bloodmaw is not allowed down here.
He can guard our weapons with Wendy.
Okay.
Yeah, they're tag team partners. They can go over their next match.
Oh yeah, they do super work together. I almost forgot.
And he can make sure that nobody takes our weapons.
Yeah. So he posts up there. He's like, I'll watch your stuff. So, next match, I'm gonna punch, and you're gonna also punch.
Also punch.
Lauren and me on the same wavelength there, yeah. So they're gonna talk about the wrestling. Just two very thick friends. You guys go down into the basement. The doors of the elevator open up. As we discussed before, just rows and rows and rows of servers, just like a corridor between the two. There's 2 rows of them, but they're all in glass enclosures. Server rooms are harder to explain than they look.
yes.
They look very simple, but when you try to explain them on a podcast, you suddenly find, like, how the fuck do I give this mental image? But yeah, that's where you are.
Yeah.
It's just a big room of metal bookshelves that kind of glow in fancy colours behind a glass wall.
Stacks and stacks and stacks of them.
That's 100% correct, Laura. Why aren't you doing my job? You're much better at it. In the middle of this corridor, not waiting in his room, is Algernon Sharpe. He is standing in the middle of this corridor, waiting for you guys. He is wearing a silk shirt with a dragon on it. He has like a fedora on.
Oh shit.
He sees the door open. He sees Rakro. Actually, he takes the fedora off for a second and like slicks his snakes back and like puts it back on. And he's like, "Oh, I don't think we've been introduced. I'm Algernon Sharpe. You may have heard of me."
No?
Okay then.
He's a scrub.
Fucking shredded.
Nope.
Sorry, I don't follow the card games much.
Also, you're a teenager.
Yeah, he's like 19. What is Reese? 23?
23, that's correct.
Yeah, so
It's not that unbelievable.
yeah, he's like whatever. I'm into it. Yeah, so he's definitely macking on you a little bit. And he says, anyway, so the painting, do you have it?
Yeah.
Why do you want it?
Well, it's mine. First of all, we'll start there.
Did somebody steal it?
It's a good place for us to start. How is it not with you if it's yours?
I asked Mary Heller to hold on to it in secret, stored away with the most secure art in the world, which I thought was enough security. But with you guys, It never is. It just never is enough security with you guys.
But why would you want to protect an image from a card game in the most precious vault possible?
Martis will shift in and ask,
when did you ask for Mary to hold on to that painting?
Are we really going to do this, guys?
Okay, look. I'm just going to cut to the chase with you, Algernon. Your dad got kidnapped by the creature in this painting. We need to understand how and why that happened. Your dad was not the only one attacked by this creature. There's something going on, and whoever's behind it had some access to this picture.
I want to sketch because they didn't take my sketchbook, so I want to essentially cast Zone of Truth, which is a very good-looking doggo that's going to be giving Algernon Sharpe very sad eyes.
Aw. He does not attempt to resist it. He wasn't intending on lying. He says, "Oh, I thought the text Frank sent me was blackmail? I thought you guys already knew, and this was like a showdown."
No. This is more of a why the hell is this the thing in this painting, the thing that tried to attack your dad?
I mean, Frank, when you use Firebolt, you summon Yolo the dragon. When you use Vitriolic Sphere, you summon the acidic hamster. I conjured Elemental, and I just squished him into a kind of scary shape.
Why?
He pulls out a card and shows it to you, Frank, the one-of-a-kind card, Evil itself.
Ha!
Which has the painting on it.
So you're after your dad, huh? Well, I guess are you after a position in Crown? Is that what you're going for?
No, Jesus.
Well, then what's going on? What is going? Go on. Give us the facts. What's up?
I wanted superpowers, so I took the egg that gives you superpowers. That worked out perfectly. Nobody got hurt. And then, I mean, my dad fucking hates me. So I was gonna kidnap him and then, save him. And then he'd, respect me and put me in his will and stuff.
Wait, so where's the Sephiroth now? The egg thingy that gives powers?
I mean, I don't think you have that much leverage. It's really cool.
But I'm asking, where is it? Do you still have it?
Yes.
Give us the egg.
How's this for leverage? We could just go upstairs and tell your dad, hey, you were kidnapped by your own son.
Or we could go tell Bo you stole her egg.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess it's hindsight. You do have a lot of leverage. Christ.
Yeah. See, I'm just looking to have a conversation. You're the one that goes, oh, you got no leverage. Just pointing out we do have it.
Nobody would have got hurt if you guys would have just had some chill.
I don't know. If a demon flies through a wall and then kidnaps someone, our gut reaction is to go, hey, should probably save those people. I don't know. Maybe that's just us, being silly.
It's not a demon, it's a fire elemental, and the building's insured, right? Literally nobody was going to get hurt. Not even monetarily. It was fine. I guess the insurance company, but fuck them.
What power did you get from that egg?
I'm so glad you asked. I've been waiting to show it to people for since I got it. And it's so hard to keep it to yourself because nobody knows. Let me just, he reaches into his holster of cards and does a quick wrist move and fans them out. And he says, conduit of skill. And he flicks his wrists and all the cards shoot into the ground around him. Just on their edge, Gambit from the X-Men, right?
I was gonna say, is he fucking Gambit now?
He's Yu-Gi-Oh! Gambit. What's up?
That's pretty good.
Martis will actually say,
that sounds a lot less impressive that you're trying to make it.
Damn.
Can I just walk past him and go to his room to find a Sephiroth and take it?
Yeah, I mean, try to walk past him. He gets in your way. He's trying to use his body to block you.
Just turn into a rat, run between his legs.
I'm gonna pick him up.
All right, strength contest.
All right, I have disadvantage, but
5.
Well, 3.
That's the saddest strength contest I've ever seen.
Come on.
Can I give him because I've watched Lenora all the time be flirty with everyone. So can I try to pretend to be flirty and use that to get him to be like, oh, okay.
So first of all, 5-3 strength contest. Lenora, you try to pick up Algernon, and he budges 1 inch, and then he just kind of picks you up, and now you guys are hold each other in a weird dance.
Staring into each other's eyes.
Yes. And he actually, while you're staring into his eyes, he says, sorry about the car thing. I think it was subconscious. You did put a crown of madness on me. I told it not to hurt anybody, but it was allowed to defend itself, so.
You brought us into a video game to kill us. I feel like you don't get to have that, hold on to that grudge.
That's fair. Reese, do you want to roll for deception? You're faking deception.
Sure. 13.
13's pretty good. He is.
Can I get advantage since he's already sweet on me?
You mean because he's a horny teenage boy? Sure.
Yes. 16.
Yeah, sure. In what sense? Role play this.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, Algernon, you're so strong.
Yes, I'm very strong.
Because he blocked the strength and a 5-3 victory.
He says, "Yeah, I've been working out recently." What? So he's not just gonna let you take the Sephiroth, but he says, "What are you guys offering for it? If you want to wheel and deal, this is big. This is the big leagues."
We're not gonna tell Bo you stole her egg.
If you tell Bo that, you realize that starts a civil war, right? Bo's gonna attack my dad, and my dad's gonna attack back, and then there's blood in the streets.
Well, how's about this? We could tell your dad that you orchestrated his kidnapping.
You would really do that to me, Frank?
I would.
I don't know.
Why don't we just give you the painting, and that way you have it back and you have your proof, but we take the Sephiroth so no one else gets hurt. I mean, you just used it to give yourself some nerdy superpowers.
And we don't have to tell anybody it was you doing. We can cover your ass.
And if you have the painting, then there's no way to tie all this back to you.
The Sephiroth is just extraordinarily valuable. I need it if I'm ever going to have a future in this company. My dad disinherited me. He hates my guts. And you guys ruined my plan to reconcile with him. I need it.
Because you didn't share the plan, you ding dong.
It's not about you. Not everything's about you, Lenora.
Not everything's about you, Algernon.
What if we went out publicly and said that your information in helping to track down a devil was essential to bringing him down? And you get to be the big hero.
Think of all the babes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So you could even just join our team. Do you want to come join our side?
Yeah, come work for administration.
You're asking me to betray my dad and deliver financial to administration?
Yes.
Roll for it, bitch.
He'll do it to you.
What do we need to roll?
Sounds like persuasion to me.
This was part of the whole Martis giving him a business card.
I got 15 with disadvantage.
15.
I got a 14.
4.
All right, we have 2 15s. Algernon says, okay, if I'm going to betray my dad, how do you expect to get away with that without him killing all of us?
If we have finance under our control, we could buy hospitality and military.
That's true.
Both of those are on the table to us right now.
And if we were to secure military first beforehand, then that leverage would be taken off of your father's hands.
So what you guys are suggesting is a coup.
Oh, of course, absolutely.
Oh, I love a good coup.
That card I gave you, Algernon, earlier, I was inviting you into the coup, okay? Because I wanted you to be part of this, you know?
You're essential.
As you say that, Lenora, there is a voice behind you that says, an essential ding-dong.
You're an essential ding-dong, sir.
And you guys see Richard Sharpe stroll out of the elevator. He says, you ungrateful bastard.
Uh-oh.
Hey. I may be ungrateful. You mean I may be somewhat no, I'm just saying like but sorry. Go on. I had a joke, but I was not going to deliver on it. So
Just bailed on the joke. I love it.
bail out of the joke.
Richard Sharpe, the Medusa man, wearing what is now a very stylish scarf across his face, courtesy of Lenora, strolls into the server room. He actually just strolls like through Team Loser, stopping to say, "You've got something on your ear, cat."
God damn it, Wendy.
And you pull a listening device that you were bugged with.
Nobody ever gets to pet my ears ever again.
And Sharpe pushes past you and punches his son square in the face.
Can I try and use my protection power to deflect that?
Yeah. Wisdom saving throw for me. 15.
That does not do it.
All right, he's blind, so that makes sense. But what's happening is, now that he knows Algernon was going to betray him and turn his company over to a rival, Richard Sharpe just starts wailing on his son in front of you guys.
I'm gonna try and pick him up.
You're going to try to physically pick up the man?
Yes.
All right, strength contest?
12 with disadvantage.
God damn it, Medusas, why are you so weak?
He's a frail old man.
Watch him just roll. Yeah, I was going to say, watch him just
Wow.
roll well anyway.
No!
18. So you grab him, he turns, shoves you to the ground, Lenora, and then reaches up and pulls off his blindfold.
I close my eyes. That's how that works, right?
Yep.
Can I turn into a rat and go for the room real quick?
You can if you want.
I want to try to secure the Sephiroth while we can, so that's not like a wild card factor right now.
Get some superpowers, Reese.
Conduit of rat itself.
I mean, isn't she already kind of that?
Double rat, rat squared.
Conduit of memes, okay? We got to see what that means.
Everyone else, roll initiative.
Oh, this was a good decision to leave this, because I have, like, 2 spell slots left.
All right, Reese.
Yes.
You run into Algernon's bedroom. It's a messy kingdom of chip bags and soda cans and video game systems. And you sniff around in there. And it's going to take you some time to find the Sephiroth. But when you touch it, you're going to get a conduit power. What is Reese the conduit to?
Reese becomes a conduit to art itself.
Do you believe it's morning? I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind. Do you believe it's morning? I'm alive, but that's the last thing on my mind.
Y'all see him in the street struggling, young, dumb, and thuggin', give a fuck about nothing. Stuck at rock bottom, trying to come up on something. Pumping from sundown to sun up, he hustling. Vision, my nigga, now get in where you fit in. And see prison as just a high cost of living, the life. Ante up, cause if you blow the dice on that old
Hello, Lauren.
Hello, Austin.
Are you ready to record the credits for July 2018?
Well, I mean, I think you mean record the credits
Oh.
for July.
Okay, I didn't know we were gonna do it the whole
You should have
time.
called me Warren.
Warren. All right, so music this month. We got new music. We have both Cream by the Wu-Tang Clan, but with it's a remix by Phonics, used with permission. Also Back in the Game by Wu-Tang Clan, remixed by Phonics as well. That's Phonics.
Whoa, you're so cool.
Phoniks. He has a new album out as well, so definitely support that good stuff. It's like a jazz influenced hip hop, his original stuff. Very cool. Also, Sweet for violin and piano, an arrangement of the Metroid soundtrack. From Overclocked Remix.
It took me a minute to realize that you were saying like sweet, like a fancy classical music piece, and not like sweet, like heckin' sweet.
Yeah, it's sweet violin and piano. It's rock.
I was like, hell yeah! How sweet is this violin and piano?
Yeah, next month is gonna be groovy violin and piano.
Yes, I'll take it.
All right, so executive producers, July 2018.
All right,
Do you want to start?
I'll start. Joseph Tombrello,
Exstellaris.
random web person, aka Foreign Mom, aka Kirsten.
I can't believe you've done this.
Is it Kirsten or Kirsten?
Kerosene. I think she changed it specifically so you'd stop tripping over it.
I pointing it out right now, for everyone whose name I pronounce a different way wrongly every month, I'm sorry. I talk to people for a living, and I know I hear 1,000 pronunciations. I try, I promise.
Jayed. It's Jhyehd. So
Jayed. I think it's that. Jesse Young.
Devin Smith.
Savarden Akrasimova.
Arna Helgadottir.
Brent. Jade likes the booty. Goatly.
The Cult of Gorfanax.
Paul Mullen.
Toshiro Kuru.
Possum Kingdom refugee. Oh my god, I want to go to the Possum Kingdom.
It sounds very, very Scream.
Yeah, same.
Dr. Goatman.
Andrew Grothin.
Levi the Young.
Kevin Dobbins.
Robert Dakin.
Anthony Sever.
Morgan Rapp.
Kiefer Lowe.
Ikorin.
I just want to go back a second to Kiefer Lowe because my stoner ass went, yeah, Keef.
Jesus Christ, Lord.
Listen, I've had a long day. I've had a long life.
Okay.
We're at Lassie Cruz, right?
I think so, yes. Samantha Rain.
Dr. Tao.
Sean Lyons Burke.
Turbo Yeet into the Crocs of God.
I've been waiting for this one all month.
I don't know what yeet means.
Oh, okay. It's like it's the thing the kids say. It's a viral thing.
What is it like? What does it mean? Is it like yas or?
The video I saw was this girl who like someone handed her an empty bottle and she's like, "This shit empty, yeet!" and she threw it into the crowd.
Oh, so it's kind of like a exclamation of.
It's when the teens get fired up. They say yeet.
Okay.
Anyway. Matthias Lakeets.
Jane Magnet.
Harley Astor.
Garrett.
Ryan Brown.
Primordial Orc.
Andrew Falu. Conduit of mediocrity itself.
Same.
Nice.
Puck.
Iannis Soy My Name Nicolopoulos.
Soy. Sorry, I just love the word soy now because,
Uh-huh.
Soy boys.
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be an insult, but it just sounds like really cute. Okay, anyways. Violet Skittles Unicorn, parentheses, Pokey? Rap?
It's the season 2. Violet Skittles Unicorn, Electro Diglett, Nidoran, Mankey, Venusaur, Rattata, Pharaoh, Pidgey.
Oh, well, I don't know shit about shit, apparently.
Joaquin Groening.
Jerry Flowers. Hey, Jerry.
Jess Ball Singh.
John Barnett.
Q Cumber.
One of our, I think, most unrecognized, but still one of the best names. Okay. I think it's good because it's like a first name and a last name, and it's Cucumber. Whatever.
10 out of 10.
Fuck my drag, right? Hustle Bones.
Killer Cotton Shizno.
Nicholas Dominic.
Isaac Arevalo.
Yam.
Anna Michael.
Andrew Birmingham.
Douglas Williamson.
The Most Wise Guru.
Z23619.
You said that weird.
Sorry.
I'd say 23619.
Or 23619.
No, it'd be 23,619.
I'm moving on.
Quench the Void.
Adorable Smile.
Vizzy Huggles.
J. Logan, Conduit of Queerness itself.
Kind of same. I try.
Mm-hmm.
The cast of Dungeons the Gathering.
Madison Lilith McKenzie.
Notorious Stoltz or Stoltzy.
It's every month. Stoltz. Victoria Melito.
Scotty Vilhard.
Aline.
Majin.
Criterion.
Einar Johansson.
Carter Rayner.
Major Tam.
Matthew B. Hare.
Jorgen Conduit of Name Butchering Winewick Ford.
Joy Fox.
Razumi Yazura.
Albert West.
Ken Firstel.
Eleanor Nonanteses Periton.
Scott Cummings.
Why'd you say it like that?
You know why I said it like that.
Starlight Glimmer did nothing wrong.
Jew-Man Jack.
Melly Tish.
Arjun de Koenig.
Grimlock.
John Potts.
Noah Sudret.
Zephosaurus.
Elderly Goose.
Salad Child.
Seraph Stone.
Castor UK.
Aki Savalainen.
The Paladin's Wife.
Florian H.
Happy birthday, Amanda from Spike.
Oh, they gave us a message. Cool. Junk 2.0.
The Hadsels.
Dominic Bowden.
Melissa Nielsen.
Dawn.
Reynard, the Conduit of Being Stoned, Extreme Same.
First of all,
I love you, Reynard.
There's a couple of different flavors. There's the person with giving themselves different conduits, the people giving messages, and the people trying to get you to say same.
Maybe you should make messages a thing on the Patreon.
Who knows? Pruitt Holcomb.
Artemis BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Bristol.
Francois V.
Shanus.
Dennis Pancake Detlefson.
Miko from Finland.
Dennis Bankston.
Josh Mosier.
Indigo Van Dane.
I feel like it should be Indigo Van Dane unless they've corrected you because that sounds like cooler. I'm just dunking on you because it's late. 5 purple wands.
That's the right amount. Sydney Marsing.
Just the Jester.
Brady Warner.
Kitty Foe.
James Neely.
Marissa Donaldson.
M. Joe.
Lana Seawolf.
Lana Seawolf.
Lana?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I try to remember from month to month, but I'm bad.
Toby Gleason Stack.
Matthew Weber.
Melissa Booker.
Cameron Abbas.
Dylan.
Anna Stuhlfarer.
Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays.
Harrison Andrew.
Christopher Charlow.
Jorrit.
Viger Arnston.
Cody Jackson.
And August Rue.
Wow.
I freed you from the name prison.
Yeah, I just want to point out for fun flair, whenever I end up reading Just the Jester, I always shrug like the shrug emoji.
Mhm.
It's like, it's just the Jester.
Thank you.
We have to think things.
We do. So sketch.bandcamp.com.
Sketch.bandcamp.
Band cop? No, this is no cops. No band cops, no cops of any kind. This is a cop-free
No cops.
zone.
What about cop dogs? Dog cops.
Oh, it's hard. I'm so conflicted. I'm torn.
I know, because they're cute and they think they're being good boys, but do they know?
Mhm.
They don't.
So sketch.bandcamp.sketch.com.bandcamp. Also, patreon.com/weekly manga recap. That's Chris Larios.
Yeah, who is also Rolo T, I believe, on Twitter.
You know who else is on Twitter? Laura.
She's real popular there, as she should be, because she's great.
Yeah. Laura K. Buzz, I believe.
Yes, there and I think everywhere else, right?
Pretty much. Also, kotaku.co.uk.
Make sure you get the UK in there.
It's the different one. They're separate.
We can support you by...
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh.
Austin is currently taking a break from school over the summer, so please subscribe. Not subscribe. Is it subscribe?
Patreon.com/Austin Yorsky.
Yeah, help him eat.
First of all, thank you. Second of all, it's all good. We're all good. We're just doing our best.
Yeah. I'm not really interesting, but if you want to follow my ramblings on Twitter, I post a lot of cats. I'm Margalicious.
Nice. So yeah, the show's on iTunes, Podbean, we said Patreon, YouTube, all those places you can like and comment, subscribe, rate. Yeah. Interact with them. We got to get our socials right. You got to get the algorithm to surface our engagement.
We have a Discord server if people want to talk about shit.
Oh yeah. It's very hidden though. Only the cool kids know how to find it.
And I'm sure that nobody else, except for me, searches their name to see what people say about their character every week.
All right.
Oh, we have to thank the animals?
We have to.
Yeah,
Miss Butterscotch will be extremely furious if we don't.
Oh, she's so angry all the time. She's a hedgehog, she lives in my house, and she hates me.
She hates most things.
Yeah, shout out to Anna and Zelda. Anna almost started a fire today in my house. Actually, she did start a fire.
What? That's awesome.
I have a thing about making sure nothing is on the stove.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't home to make sure there was nothing on the stove. So the person who lives in my house left something on the stove because that's what he does. And the cats have big bunny feet that they kick around like fucking losers because they don't know how to be cats. And apparently she turned on the stove and something plastic melted and started a fire.
I'm 100% certain that your eventual cause of death will be cat, one way or another.
Yeah, probably. We should probably also thank the other cats on the show.
Smudge!
Smudge, who also loves bread.
Smudge
is a very good name for a cat.
Smudge.
And Chris has a dog.
Scotia.
Who I think is good. I've heard her bork a couple times. It was pretty good.
They're cheeky borks.
Yeah. So, anything else we should include in the fun credits? Should I tell them about how I tase myself?
Yeah. I think that's the whole story.
Yeah, I accidentally tased myself with my own taser. So don't do that, folks.
Peak Lenora.
It did not feel good.